Thank you so much. We're here. You did it. You came out. Thank you. Thank you to the Hartford Funny Bone for having me. Jeremy Piven, you guys will see him in a little bit. But I'm just thrilled to be back in my home state of Connecticut. Yes. The Nutmeg State. I grew up here. Never once met a nutmeg farmer. Not once ever. Silence that damn cell phone. It's my fucking dad. Always being upstaged by my damn dad. No, never once been a nutmeg farmer, not once ever. I'm still trying to figure out where is this cultivation of nutmeg in the state of Connecticut. I think it's time for a nickname update. We should call it the Pumpkin Spice Latte State. I think that would be a much more accurate depiction for the people in the state of Connecticut, right? Very white state, very white. Got the highest per capita income of all the states. Out in California, where I live now, when I tell people I'm from Connecticut, they automatically assume that I'm like rich, that I come from money. Yeah, you guys know better. My family was far from rich. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like I come from white trash, okay? More like white recycling. It's just a cleaner version of garbage. My mom worked as a nurse for many years. My dad was a social worker. Honorable professions. My parents were really good at taking care of other people. Yeah, just not their own kids. You see, that's where they drew the line. Because boundaries. You gotta have boundaries. You gotta draw the line somewhere, you know? I would come home from school and my mom would still be at work, and they had a term for us growing up in the 80s, remember? Latchkey kids. Today there's a new term. It's called child neglect. Same thing. My mom lives in Florida now. My brother's in Maine and I'm out in California. You know that stereotype of the tight-knit New England family? Yeah, we're the opposite of that. Can't get far enough away from each other. My dad gave me advice. He's really good at giving advice, even if I don't ask for it. He said, Dale, marriage is the first step to a divorce. And then he said, kids are a life sentence. I was 6 when we had that conversation, so it was all over from there. I was 2 years old when my parents divorced. And to this day, my mom still has a seething hatred for my dad. It's like, time to let it go, Mom. I mean, really, what kind of person do you have to be to hold a grudge for 4 decades? Italian, it turns out. Mom's Italian. You really hold a grudge. Yeah. My mom's mad. She's always mad. I went to visit her once when I became an adult. I was living in New York City at the time. I'm like, Ma, why are you always mad at me? Like, what did I do? And she said to me, and I quote, every time I look at you, I see your father. That's my fault, Mom. I didn't fuck him, you did. It is time you stop blaming me for your mistakes. But my mom and I, we've been working on our relationship, you know? Doing really well. At least I thought we were. The other day I wanted to see how she was doing, so I checked up on her on Facebook. I couldn't find her. So then I typed for her by name. Nothing. I'm like, what, did she delete her account? No. Turns out my mom was mad at me and blocked me on Facebook. So now I'm trolling the bitch on Twitter, because what else can I do? Oh, don't worry. These jokes are kid-tested, mother-approved. She signed off on all these jokes. It's so great to be here. The single thing about me that probably most informs me as a human being, I'd like to share this with you all, is that I was born with severe hearing loss, and I wear hearing aids. Now, the technology today is amazing, and they're virtually invisible. But these tiny little hearing aids I have in my ears right now, they give me something very special, obviously. My disability card. Yes, I am a person with a disability. Doesn't get me the handicap spot. And I don't think it's fair. Because there's a guy at my gym that parks in the handicap spot. Now this guy is perfectly able-bodied. Guy works out with a trainer. He's doing heavy squats, jumping on boxes. Guy's crushing it. So I asked his trainer after, I'm like, what is that guy's disability? You know, he's parked in a handicap spot. You know what he said? Guy's HIV positive. I know. I'm like, I have AIDS. That is in fact a true statement. Now, when I was growing up, my hearing aids were enormous. I was like this little itty bitty kid with these big hearing aids. And, my hearing aids were so big, I'd walk into a room and they'd get there like 5 minutes before I did. And then I became a tween. Is that what they call it now? Tween? I don't know, when I was growing up, we just called it 12. I don't know. I became like 12 and I realized that I could just get away wearing one hearing aid because I could hear just enough. I learned very early on that half of what people say is bullshit anyway, so I put one hearing aid in, strategically positioned myself to the side, and you would never know. And I got to be an adult, and I realized if I really wanted to be happy, I had to come out of the closet as deaf. Yeah, in the deaf community, profoundly deaf and hard of hearing people are collectively referred to as deaf. Now, I had no idea because I had never met any deaf people growing up. But that's it, you know. I now can openly refer to myself as a person with a disability. And I want that handicap spot. But there are some real advantages to being hard of hearing. Like, I think I got it better than you all. You guys ever get woken up by those leaf blowers at the ass crack of dawn on a Monday morning? I don't. I could be one of the world's greatest nap takers. Helicopters, police sirens, home intruders, I am not waking up. Being hard of hearing is great for my relationship. I get out doing chores a lot. When you're hard of hearing, the word what has an almost magical quality. Because it's almost always followed by the words, never mind. And then shortly thereafter, I'll do it myself. But no, being hard of hearing is great because if I get in a fight with my girlfriend, I could just take my hearing aids out and it's over. Yeah, and I get the last word. Okay, technically she gets the last word, but it falls on deaf ears. How was that? Doing good? Getting there? That looks good. Let's get one of those after. I am so glad we're laughing, because it is a shit show out there in the real world. I know, right? Been reading about these diseases making a comeback? You know, like measles, tuberculosis, and overt racism? That's the thing again now, apparently? Yeah, white people are racist and proud. They're Instagramming that shit. Now, it used to be something you want to keep under wraps, you know? Kind of like how parents used to not want their kids to get measles. It was, what, I got a room full of racist anti-vaxxers here? What? What are the chances? It is depressing. The planet's burning up. Polar ice caps are melting. Oceans are rising. Storms, fires, and floods are destroying our cities and towns. We got a 73-year-old baby with a soiled diaper rage tweeting daily from the White House. And Dennis Rodman is probably our best bet to prevent nuclear war with North Korea. Dennis Rodman is our ace in the hole, people. What I'm trying to say is that this is the worst time in history for me to quit smoking weed, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Terrible decision. I made it when I was stoned, so what do you expect? Never make important decisions when you're stoned. Been seeing a therapist for my depression. My therapist, get this, my therapist tells me I'm a pessimist. I told her I'm pretty sure this relationship's not going to work out. It's just a hunch. She's like, Dale, it's all in how you look at things. Maybe you're just seeing the glass half empty. Now, to be fair, I once worked with this Russian dude. Like, this guy was from Moscow, Russian. He said to me, Dale, you're a very pessimistic person. It's not bad, it's your nature. It's who you are, you can't change it. If a Russian tells you you're a pessimist, I think we can all agree that there's no hope. Won't be a whole lot of rainbows and butterflies in my future. Thank you, Aslan Beck. So my therapist was like, I think it's marijuana that's making you depressed. And I was shocked. I said, actually, it's the only thing that makes me happy. Because it's all in how you look at things. Maybe you're just seeing the bong half empty here, I don't know. But I did, reluctantly, quit smoking weed. And I'm not depressed anymore. But I sure am angry. It's a tough call, Depressed and stoned, or pissed and productive. It's tough. Because depression is sneaky. Like, if you're functioning like me, you might not even know you're depressed. But I've come to realize that there are signs. Like, if you wake up in the morning and the first word out of your mouth is fuck, you just might be depressed. If you start in on your second pint of Ben & Jerry's for breakfast, you just might be depressed. If your Google search history includes the words carbon monoxide, asphyxiation, and bleeding out, well, then you just might be married. I don't know. Okay, no married people here. All right. But I don't know, maybe I think we just get more pessimistic as we get older. At least I do, Like, the closer I get toward death, the more I see the dark side. No one ever believes when I tell them I'm 46, 47 in 2 weeks, but I'm not counting. They're like, what's your secret? How do you stay looking so young? And it's simple. Nap. Yeah, and don't have kids. So you can take naps. And don't do crystal meth. That's about all I got there. I'm getting older, I'm out of touch. I don't know what's cool anymore. I was at a Starbucks the other day, and these kids were in line in front of me talking about Ariana Grande, the singer. Yeah, I thought they were talking about a new coffee drink. I was like, is that a seasonal drink, or I don't know. Oh, man. So I'm in a healthy, functioning relationship now for 4 years, believe it or not. Somehow I did it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Such a Hollywood story. We started out as writing partners, and we wrote a sitcom script together. Excellent script. Everybody said so. Got it into a few of the big agencies in town. And guess what? It got made. Without us, of course. It was stolen. Hollywood story. If only Ari Gold was my agent at the time, Shit. Yeah. We were crushed, depressed for weeks, but then finally we decided, we had to get up on the horse, start writing again. And we did. A suicide pact, I'm just kidding. We decided not to get married. Writing partnerships last longer than marriages in Hollywood, so I think we're okay. So, people always assume that I'm gay. I don't know why that's funny. Just because I've never been married, and I have no kids, and I live in West Hollywood, California, with my pet Chihuahua, and drive a Mazda Miata. What? I got a great deal. Yeah, my sugar daddy gave it to me. It was free. No car payments. I had a gay friend tell me, he said, Dale, what you are is a straight man trapped in a gay man's body. And I got what he was saying, Most 46-year-old heterosexual men don't hang on this well, so I thanked him for the compliment. But I think what I am is actually a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Yeah, I love strong women, love Ellen, Rachel Maddow. I like to sit when I pee, because why not when you have the choice? I'm just not a big fan of labels, though. I just want people to be whoever they are, really. There's no need to label. And I think that's why people get confused about me, is that they're like, I never feel the need to come out and declare that I'm straight, you know? And when I refer to my girlfriend as my partner, that really fucks it up. But I'm not a big fan of labels, but I am a big fan of gay pride. Now, in LA and West Hollywood, where I live, we have the biggest gay pride celebration in the world. And it's great. I love it. Big fan. And I'm serious. Because to me, gay pride is a celebration of loving yourself, no matter who you are, who you love, or how you express yourself in the world. And it's okay. It's about inclusivity. That's why they keep adding letters to the acronym now. It used to be LGB. Now it's LGBTQAI. I think there's a plus sign in there now too, I don't know. The point is, the gays will accept anybody, just so long as you're not an asshole. Don't be an asshole and you're invited to the party. But I love living in West Hollywood. West Hollywood is like the LGBT Washington, D.C., you know? But straight people do live there. Yeah, that's why the neighborhood's going to shit. The damn straights are moving in. My gay neighbor is complaining to me about the worst of what comes with the influx of straight people. Mismatched lawn furniture, it's a real problem in West Hollywood. But I love West Hollywood, it's a great place to live. Yeah. You from West Hollywood?
I used to live in Pasadena.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's like the opposite of West Hollywood.
I partied in West Hollywood.
I'm deaf, so I'm not going to be able to hear you unless you sign me. But thanks for playing. I love living in West Hollywood. It's a great place to live. Last year, West Hollywood gave Stormy Daniels the key to the city. Now, I don't care what your politics are. Key to the city. Amazing. I'm just not sure how necessary that was. I mean, it's West Hollywood. The back door is always open. Hey, I earned that joke. I just flew the rainbow flag for the last 5 minutes. Alright, I'm going to get out of here in a minute. You guys are going to have Jeremy Piven, the awesome Jeremy Piven. Thank you. Tell you about, I had to go to the DMV a couple months ago to get my license renewed because it's been over 10 years, and I guess every 10 years you got to get your picture taken because people start looking different. I don't know. So I go into the DMV thinking I'm just getting my picture taken, then the lady tells me I got to take a vision test. Now immediately I panicked because I wasn't prepared. I didn't study. Yeah, she's like, cover one eye, read the second line. I fucking failed the vision test, guys. I'm wearing contacts now. I already can't hear. And now I can't see. I'm halfway to Helen Keller at this point. And still, no handicap spot. Thank you so much. I'm Dale Dinkowski. You did amazing.